Miss Taylor is watching all of Star Trek for the first time in release order. So while we were watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager, we tossed on Star Trek First Contact. What do you think about it?
I thought it was really good. It was my favorite movie we've watched since The Wrath of Khan. I was surprised that there's Borg and time travel, which I'm learning now is going to be a Star Trek constant, so I need to just get over it. But I do like what they did with it in this movie. Like, I think the Borg did get scarier and better and more interesting. Okay, the Borg Queen was interesting. I was not expecting a torso spine thing to be like the head honcho of the Borg. Like, I thought the idea of the Borg was it was a collective and it was like just a group of minds and there wasn't like a leader. To have like an individual kind of like representing the collective was a neat idea, but she definitely has some cringy moments, especially with the data stuff, and also that she was having some data manipulation, literally. I love how Worf came into the movie on the Defiant in the big battle.
That was cool.
That was a great way to bring him back in.
It's fun because we were also watching Deep Space Nine at the same time.
Yeah, Picard and Worf having beef on the bridge.
That was good.
Some seriously good tension when Picard called him a coward. And I loved the spacewalk when they were like walking on the bottom of the Enterprise. I loved that ship, by the way. They go back to see Zephram Cochrane and like the first contact. I love that it ended up being the Vulcans that made first contact. Yeah. But I thought it was hilarious like how they dealt with Zephram and his like running away incident and
the runaway historical figure.
Runaway historical figure, that was hilarious. And they're just like spoiling his future for him, like left and right, which is hilarious to me because that's like a huge no-no for like time travel. But I thought it was really entertaining. I liked his character a lot. And I loved Lily a lot. I thought she was very relatable. When she was like screaming on the holodeck and because of the Borg and stuff, I was like, wow, yeah, she gets it. Like that's exactly how I would be reacting.
You also noticed Ethan Phillips showing up.
Yeah, on the holodeck, that was cool. I did like Bev and Troy in this a lot. They had some really fun scenes. I loved Bev like introducing the EMH like whenever the Borg were trying to get into sickbay.
The fun cameo.
Yes, and Troy sitting at the bar with Zephram and like drinking and she's like out of her mind with it. Oh, that was really good acting. It was a fun scene. I thought it would have been a nice full circle moment to have Bev work with Picard through those difficulties instead of Lily. Even though I loved Lily so much, I think it would have been a great character arc for Bev and Picard to kind of move forward and complete like her healing of his Borg issues. Like he had like the physical Borgness that she took care of and she removed, and then all of his Borg PTSD. It would have been nice to have like Bev work with him through that.
Right,
as,
like she brought
patient.
Closure to that also, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I think I agree with that.